What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's Gemini just 13 here with another video finally. I know it's been a while. Had an extended absence with school and finally back home for good now, so can get back to regular business in terms of producing videos on a rather consistent basis. Really excited to do the video today because I got a lot of new airplanes to show you guys. New airline, new cargo airline, and just a lot of good stuff today. Just going over things. I mean, just want to thank everyone for the support over the last year and a half-ish. So I'm going to do a giveaway at some point. I'm going to announce more details in the upcoming video. It will entail probably a gift card of some kind, probably multiple gift cards with a descent value, so you can, probably won't cover for a full plane, but it'll take off 80% of the price, depending on what you're getting, of course. But I just think it's just a way to give back and show my thanks for everyone showing support for the channel over my extended absence. But without further ado, because I'd like to try to keep these videos around 15 minutes. That's plenty of time to cover everything without boring everybody to death and talking the whole time. But we'll go ahead and get started on the cargo side. So here, we got the UPS MD-11, there's a FedEx MD-10, and then FedEx 757. We'll go ahead and start with the UPS MD-11 with service to Louisville, and then Federal Express MD-10 with service to Indianapolis, and then the FedEx 757 coming in from Memphis and then heading out to Atlanta. And then you got the Delta 757 charter for the Charlotte Hornets, and then the Air National Guard C-17. One thing I like to note before we really get the ball rolling here is, as you're aware, today the events are not ideal globally, but the flight schedule in this airport video will take place in the December-January timeframe. So many of you know flights are a lot more, empty, less of flights. 80% of the flight schedules are being cut. So, that's not gonna reflect in this video. The next update it will. But for this one, I really just wanted to show everything off. Since there's so many new airplanes, I didn't want to let that be the first video back. So I just figured that'd probably be a good way of doing things. So we'll just proceed on with that mindset for this video, and then worry about the reality in the next video. So here's the classic A321 coming in from Salt Lake City. Then we got American 737-800 AirCal coming in from Newark. United Embraer 175 in the new livery, flying in from Newark as well. Got the American Embraer 190. We don't get that on a regular basis regardless, but I just wanted to have it in the video in some way in the cargo, near the cargo area, but just parked outside of the American hangar. Moving on, we got the Heritage America West A319 getting service as well. And then I'll save the heavies for last, but we will get this one right here. We'll start with the American 767-300. Now this is a special little entry for this one today. We don't currently get them on a daily basis, and we don't get them any time of the year unless it's a substitution. And we did see quite a few substitutions in the winter time period, but especially today I was going to throw this in regardless, just because of the fact that it's getting retired. So it's going to be, I never got them in Charlotte that much. We'll be unfortunate because it's a nice airplane. So we'll have this one go to Miami, since that's where we did have the 767 service at one point. It was to Miami, so we'll have it go there. So we'll proceed on here. Got a couple narrow bodies, a lot of narrow bodies actually. So we got an A319 on the far right with service to Portland. You got the new A321, the NG models with service to Seattle. And then the TWA 737-800 with service to Chicago. And then you got another 737-800 service to Minneapolis. Then the Embraer 175 with service to Hilton Head. And just give some better views over here. Some great, really NG models is really on point. I'm not sure if you guys gotten any of them, but some stellar designs and molds and all that good stuff. Another NG model right here. I mean, these are gorgeous. And the Embraer 175. All right, moving on, Delta 717 coming in from Atlanta. And then Frontier A320 about to vacate the runway from Orlando, Orville the Cardinal. Then we got two aircraft on pushback, 737-800 and then the A319. The 737-800 is pushing out for West Palm Beach. The A319 is pushing out for Jacksonville, Florida. And then Again, other sad news again, 757 looks to be retiring. Can't remember what the article said. I believe it was, the first one I saw was next summer. There'll still be a few lingering around, but then I saw somewhere it might be sooner than that. You know, everything's changing, so it's such a fluent situation. But anyways, good buddy who lives in the Philadelphia area, 757 years early, we'll just go ahead and dedicate that to him. Have this guy head out to Philadelphia. Everybody, you know, if you don't like a 757 fan, I gotta question your loyalty into aviation, because it's kind of just a normal, you know, everybody likes this plane. It's one of the most gorgeous planes in the world. So it's gonna be sad when these are gone, because I'll really miss that aircraft. But yeah, heading over to Philly, and then the Piedmont 319 was service to it's just moving some service to Wilmington. And then we'll start over here with the Volaris A320neo with service to Guadalajara. American 737-800 with service to Dallas-Fort Worth. And then we got two Embraer 175s, American Eagle at the bottom, United at the top. American Eagle heading to Columbus, and then the United Embraer 175 coming in from Washington Dulles. And we got another American A319 with service to Norfolk. And then the new United 737-800 livery with service to Chicago O'Hare. Get another NG models. Absolutely gorgeous. Can't say enough of that. Had this plane for a while. Actually, I got it when it came out, so it's been sitting for a while. And then we got another 737-800 with service to Phoenix. And then, so the fan, I'm not even going to bother fixing that because the fan just keeps blowing it out of the way anyways. But just a kind of an update here on the situation at the current A Concourse. These three gates now are common use. For the most part, American will use, this is A12, and then this would be A13. So for the most part, Delta will operate from here all the way to here, and then sometimes use this, and then sometimes American will use this gate as well. So it just kind of really just depends on situation, which is really good for, you know, doesn't really matter for myself, because it's, you know, in reality, it's most important for the airport to have this so they can, you know, American have more flights, and Delta has more room to breathe. But helps me because I have a lot of American planes, so now I can start parking them in better or more spots. So we got a 717 with service to Atlanta, 320 to LaGuardia, 717 to Minneapolis, A319 to Salt Lake City, and another 717 service to Atlanta. And then if I didn't cover this guy yet, I'm heading to Detroit. Or I'm sorry, not Detroit, New York John F. Kennedy. American 320 with service to Omaha, A319 with service to Mexico City, A321 with service to San Francisco, JetBlue A320 with service to Boston, Southwest 737-700 with service to Baltimore, Frontier A321 with service to Las Vegas. Got the brand new guy in town, Spirit A320 with service to Fort Lauderdale. They fly 4 times a day, 1 flight to each city: Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Baltimore, and Newark. And then finally, got a proper Air Canada Express to utilize at the Montreal Airport with service to Toronto for the Embraer 175. And then the brand new Gemini Jets A319 United service to Denver. And then the United Embraer 175 heading out to Houston. So I gotta say, Gemini Jets is definitely improving themselves apparently, because this 319 model is actually really nice. So looking forward to the American A320 they just announced. I think that's gonna be, I mean, it'll be good as long as it's like this. So hopefully they don't mess that up. And I wouldn't be surprised they did, because they usually mess a lot of things up. But we'll go ahead and start. So this is the new regional area. It's a lot more refined and just a lot better than what it used to be. They have a dedicated parking area now. Still no American Eagle Series 900s, unfortunately. Still hoping for Gemini Jets to make that. But we'll go ahead and start with the 145 with service to Erie, Pennsylvania, Series 900 to Northwest Arkansas, and another Series 900 with service to Oklahoma City, and then the Series 700 to Evansville, and then Series 200 to Gainesville, Florida. All right, now we got a 319 heading over to Richmond. Got an A320 pushing out with service to, I'm trying to think of one that we don't really use too much. I was thinking, Charleston. 737-800 One World with service to Tulsa. And Delta 717 service to Atlanta. plenty of Atlanta flights to go around. They have about 12 a day, so I guess it's kind of fitting. We'll go make our way around here. We'll start with the A330-300. Now again, I'm using the winter schedule, so there'll be a little more domestic A330s as well, and there might be a lot of duplicates. But we'll go ahead and start with this A330-300 with service to Phoenix. And then you got the Lufthansa A350 with service to Munich. We got another A330-200 with service to Orlando. And I'll make my way around again just because the lighting's a little bit better over here. All right, here we go. So we got two A330-300s. The one closest to you is heading to London Heathrow. And then this one's heading to Las Vegas. Then A330-200. Have a video coming up for this too. Honestly, I need to look for the boxes because when I was moving everything back, some of my boxes have been misplaced. But I'll still do a video. I got a really special person to mention in the video, and just thank him for all the support and just all the other mentions and just all the positivity that came with that. But anyhow, this A330-200 is heading to Munich. And then we got another Orlando A330-200 during this schedule in that time period. I hate these gates always be sliding. They were running 3 daily A330s to Orlando. So if you hear some duplicates in here, it's not because I'm running out of places. It's just they sent a lot of A330s to Orlando this winter. So yeah, that one's heading to Orlando. And then this A330-200 sitting here is heading to Frankfurt. And then another A330-200 with service to Cancun. And then last but not least, we got a A330-200 with service to Punta Cana. So I'll just kind of back out, let everybody see this. Yeah, it's exciting to, this summer is going to be really different in terms of how things go with the current events. So probably be a lot of less European flights. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. It should be something, but I'm not sure to what extent. But oh well. Again, here's another 757-200 with service to St. Martin. And then the Southwest 737-800 with service to Houston. And then we already got the Delta. So that would essentially wrap things up here. Have to mess with that later. But yeah, it's really good to be back. Especially since I'm home for good now. So I can finally actually make seek out some consistent videos in that matter. Not really sure exactly what I'm probably going to record another Charlotte one with today's current event situation. It's going to be an absolute mess because I don't know where to park all my planes. So it'll be interesting. Probably just for the sake of good entertainment, I'll probably go back to just how it used to be because I don't really like the idea of parking all these planes and it'll look really empty. But I'll definitely do a current type update. I think that's important. But anyways, I guess I'll just ramble for a second, but it's good to be back. I appreciate anyone who's still followed the channel. I know I've been gone for a while. There was good reasons for that, and it's not really like to use the school excuse, but it's definitely a good valid reason for my absence. It's different for a lot of people don't really understand, but when I was in school, I was 1,500 miles away from Charlotte, so it's not the ease of coming back it's very difficult to come back, and it's expensive for that matter. So, and then when, the times I do come back for Christmas and whatnot, I just want to hang out with friends and family. And, not that I don't care about YouTube. It's just that was a little more important since I'm not here that much. So that's essentially my reasoning for that in a nutshell. But yeah, if you stayed at the video in the end, I talked about the giveaway at the beginning of the video. I'll get some more details on that in the foreseeable future. I just want to think of how I want to do that, but there'll definitely be a giveaway just to show my appreciation for everybody supporting the channel and staying with me here. But thanks again for watching. I hope everybody's well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.